Here is how I put a baseball show together for the Canberra Cavalry versus Sydney Blue Shots. The double header, Canberra versus Sydney Blue Stocks. My first baseball match to see the Cavalry. Johnny, welcome viewers back to Narrabundah Ballpark for game 2 of today's double header. And after last night's lost by 3-2 and this afternoon's loss 3-1, the Cavalry will be under pressure to win this third match. And with me I have Brian Radcliffe and Sue Longways. And do you think the Cavalry will win? Well, Brian, it would be hard because I can tell you that Sydney will be on a very big high. They would love to go back to Sydney tonight with a hat-trick. But if it has to be up to us to make sure they don't, it will be hard because Sydney were very impressive. Well, Sue, guys, this will be complete spectacle. Everyone here will make Saturday night at Narrabundah superb. And I will make sure that I support the Cavalry right to the very end. And tonight, let's get down. Here, Johnny. Yes, I want them to win. Particularly when they look so tired in that last match. But let's hope that we have seen the last hurrah from the Blue Sox. And here's Sue with Bobby. Well, Bobby, you have a chance. Okay, Bobby, here it is. It is a main thing for Canberra. If we lose the early match, we win the main from the suburb of Ford, and then the city to the suburb of Page. I will get down and support them to run through. And I will never get flamin' tired, and when I will stop my friend is when I hit my bloody ball tonight. Yes, go Cavalry, we have to win, oh yeah. And please, can I stop now and watch the match with a nice cold beer? Go, Canberra, go! Okay, that was cool, and now back to Johnny. Johnny, okay, we will take a break and back with all the action on the other side. See you, dudes. Go, Cavalry. Now, Johnny, first strike out for the night. 1 for the Sydney. Second strike for tonight. Yes, second for Sydney. And then Sydney get the third strike and you're out. And we go to the bottom of the first. That's 0-all. And we are a great wheelbarrow race where everyone wins. Canberra gets an over the fence home run to make it 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Go, Cavalry! The Cavalry got their first out, and it is still 1-0 at the bottom of the third. And then they get their second out, but they are still 1-0 up. And after the second inning, the Cavalry are in front by 1 point to 0. It's so far headed to be a great match. And now we move to the top of the second. Sydney puts on first. Still, Canberra lead 1-0. The Cavalry score a double play, and Sydney have their second out in the second. Still 1-0 to the Cavalry. We move to the second, and the Canberra lead 1-0, but it's still anyone's game, and they are playing with water balloons, and they are getting sopping wet. But it is all in good fun. And the last game's Cavalry of the match forces the hit for Canberra in the bottom of the second. A strikeout for Sydney forces Canberra's second out. And we still lead 1-0 in the bottom of the second. And the Cavalry have got another out to end the second with a lead of 1-0. And now we have some carts on the field. And this is going to look so cool as the women beat the men. And Sue Longways is very happy. Yeah, we go to the top of the third of that one, dudes. Sydney gets their first out in the third, and Canberra leading 1-0. Sydney gets their second base with an excellent shot. Are edging closer to Canberra, but Canberra gets another strikeout and still lead 1-0. With Sydney with one man on second, Sydney gets the third out and lead one man stranded. Canberra still leads 1-0. And Sarge loses again, and this time it is against Nick. And what is wrong with Sarge? Sarge is a loser. And now to the bottom of the third, and Canberra gets the first out in the third, and now get the second out, and it looks like a clean sweep. We lead 1-0, and now we go into the fourth innings with Canberra leading 1-0. Now here's Harry. I love the cavalry. I love the cavalry. We are the best. We might be without a win, but that is history. Tonight we'll win. And Sydney will say, what is wrong with us? We'll say hooray. Okay, now Sydney gets the first base after a missed field from Canberra, and we still lead 1-0. And Sydney gets the first out in the top of the fourth, and Canberra still has the lead. Sydney gets the second base, and Canberra still has the edge. And it's only a foul ball. And Sydney gets their second out, and Canberra look pretty good with their lead of 1-0. Shane Benson gets a homer as the bat broke in two, and the game is tied at 1-1. And now we go to the middle of the fourth with a score of 1-1 between Sydney and Canberra. And now here's Nicky Deal. The cavalry will win and Sydney will win. Day-o, oh day-o. The cavalry, yes, you have to heave-ho. And we have an exciting exercise display on the ground. And I think they all were winners, personally. And we go into the bottom of the fourth with a score tied at 1-1. And Canberra gets their first out. And Barnesy comes on. Yes, the home run scorer in the last game. And he is out. And now has 2 in the bottom of the fourth. And now 2. And the score being tied at 1-1. A walk put someone on first and second with 2 outs for Canberra in the bottom of the fourth. And we end the fourth innings still tied at 1 each. And here's Bob. I am a fan of the mighty cavalry. I will come here week after week and cheer them on with a beer. Yes, Sydney will lose this. If I have anything to do about it, so go cavalry. Win it for me and my dying mum. Yeah, thanks very much. And now Sydney gets their first out in the top of the fifth with 1-1. Sydney gets their second out in the top of the fifth, still 1-1. Sydney take a walk to first, and they still have still tie 1-1. And Sydney are at the top of the fifth, and we move to the bottom with Fred. Oh, now the cavalry, we are the best from Canberra. Oh, now the cavalry, we are superb from afar. Jolly, now to the bottom of the fifth, and after looking a bit dodgy, the cavalry have their first cut in the fifth, and now they have their second out, and it is tied at 1-1. We reach the end of the fifth with the score being 1-1, and here is Chris. Cavalry, cavalry, why aren't you winning? We have come all the way from Charnwood, man. Come on, dudes, knock Sydney flying. Johnny. Okay, now we reach the top of the sixth, and the score is 1-1. Sydney gets the first out in the sixth, and it's 1-1 still. Now they have the second out, and Canberra are hanging in there, dudes. Still 1-1 at the top of the sixth. And we reach the middle of the sixth with the cavalry and the Blue Sox at 1-1. And now we have the galloping horses on the field. And the struggle to keep their balance. We all can't be perfect, and Canberra can, but we are tied at 1-1. We aren't at the start of the bottom of the sixth. Canberra gets their first out, but we are still tied at 1-1. Canberra gets their second out, brings it to close of the seventh. And now we are still a tie at 1 each after 6 innings. And here is Lionel Ross, Jr. I am here today supporting the team. that will win a great baseball match. The Cavalry and Blue Sox are keeping it close. No one looks like breaking. But we are promising you, the viewers at home, that the Cavalry will win in the end. And Johnny Brown will say at the end, "Go the mighty Cavalry!" Johnny, okay, and now Sydney gets first base. Still 1-all in the top of the 7th. And Sydney gets out in the top of the 7th. And we have a strikeout. And that gives Sydney the second out. And in the top of the 7th. And yes, 1-all. And now we move to the middle of the 7th with the Take Me Out to a Ball Game song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if you never get back, so it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes you out at the old ball game. And it stretches the crowd's legs, and we move to the bottom of the 7th with the score still tied at 1-all. And the Cavalry takes the lead with a homer. Yes! Yes, the Cavalry lead 2-1, and we are on fire, dudes, in the bottom of the 7th. And then we made first base after a few mistakes from the Blue Sox, and Canberra gets their first out. And now they have their second with a man on second place, dude. They still are in front 2-1, and now we are out in the 7th, and we move to the top of the 8th with one man stranded. We are still in front by 2-1. And we are on fire tonight. Here's another one by Fran. Ho, 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 merry baseball. Let's have fun. We are at the ball game. And boy, would it be great if we win to get behind the home team. They will win, much to Sydney's shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Sydney, Canberra will rule supreme. Johnny, now we are at the top of the 8th. Sydney gets their first out in the top of the 8th, and Canberra lead 2-1. Sydney gets their number 2, and it is getting closer to the middle of the 8th, and it is foul ball. Sydney are trying much, and then after that they take a walk, and now they do a superb base hit, and now have batters at 1 and 2 with 2 outs on the board, and now strike 2, and one more, and they are out, still sitting on strikeout. And yes, they did get struck out. And they had 2 stranded on base. Cavalry lead 2-1 and are looking good going in the battle. The bottom of the 8th. Here is Bruce. Take me away. Take me out to Narrabundah Ballpark. Take me to see the Cavalry, 'cause we are looking great this evening. And everyone who likes baseball should see how great our team can win it. Let's make it a game we can win. Yes, the Cavalry will win and never give in. Never say never. Oh, yeah, the mighty Cavalry. Now to the bottom of the 8th. The Cavalry got their first out, and they still lead by 2-1 at the bottom of the 8th. And strikeout brings Canberra's second out, and the score stays at 2-1. And now the third out ends, and the 8th innings with the score of 2-1 to the Cavalry, and we are moving on to the 9th with the Cavalry's first win for the weekend. The fever is electric here at Narrabundah Ballpark. Sydney gets their first out in the 9th, and the score is still for Canberra 2-1. And then Sydney scored a great shot down the fence. Still 1 out in the 9th and 2 strikes, and Canberra are looking good. Looking so good here at the moment. And then a strikeout for the Cavalry. And now more out to win this match against Sydney. Sydney got out, and the final score is the Cavalry 2 defeating Sydney 1 for the first time of the weekend. And now down to Brian Radcliffe. Well, Brian, the guys and gals, tonight's Cavalry player of the match is Casey Hobson. Casey, how do you feel after that nail-biting 2-1 win tonight and your first win of the week? Well, Brian, it was fantastic effort from our boys tonight, and here's hoping that we win that win was our sight for what is a year ahead. Brian said, the first match today was disappointing, but yesterday was as well. But tonight was a great effort from you boys. Yes, Brian, we were the greatest. Brian, thanks Casey Hobson, and here is the Triple A trophy. Congratulations and celebrations. Everyone will be in love with you. Kay Hobson, yeah, thanks, Brian. Brian, here's Sue with Peter. Hello, here's a poem from Peter. Well, we thought we were going to do it from yesterday. We thought we weren't going to do it from yesterday's loss this afternoon. But we stuck at our guns, boys, and the cavalry won through and through. Yes, we need a bloody twoies, man, and a can of VB too. Yeah, the Sydney Blue Sox had to lose one match. Yes, the cavalry are true blue. Go, cavalry! And now get together with these people. Are you ready, gang? Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some tickets for next week's match, 'cause it promises to be such a jam. So we root for the home team. If we lose to New Zealand, I will spew. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 straight show around at Narrabundah Ballpark next week. Go, cavalry! And now over to Johnny. Yeah, it was a great match, with Canberra beating Sydney by 2-1. And we'll see you next time. So keep your eyes posted. It's now beer o'clock. To see you next time, dudes. Ciao. Okay, catch you later, dudes. It's a very good baseball match. First one I've seen for Cavalry. I'm sure I'm going to see more this week. I'd love to work with it. Okay, bye.